Today, let us talk about what are oxygen concentrators. But before that, let's talk about what happens when we breathe. See, the air around us, that is the ambient atmosphere, is mostly gases along with suspended particles, microorganisms, etc. While nitrogen makes up for around 78% of air by volume, oxygen, on the other hand, is about 21%, followed by argon, carbon dioxide, and small amounts of other gases. When you inhale, that is, when you breathe in, air actually enters your lungs, and oxygen from the air moves from your lungs to your blood. At the same time, carbon dioxide, which is actually a waste gas brought from different parts of the body, moves from your blood to the lungs and is exhaled. That is when you breathe out. This process is basically essential to life. The exchange of oxygen and carbon dioxide takes place through something known as your alveoli, also known as your air sacs. If you've ever thought that you only inhale oxygen, then think about it. How is it that you are able to smell scent, breathe in smoke, or detect a gas leak? You inhale not only oxygen but other gases as well, and it is your alveoli which takes in only oxygen. Now, pneumonia is actually an infection that inflames the air sacs, which gets filled with fluid or pus, which actually makes it difficult to breathe since the exchange of gases is now affected. A wide variety of organisms, including bacteria, viruses, and fungi, can cause pneumonia. Hence, you might have to supply pure oxygen to reduce the burden on the lungs. This is when you might actually need an oxygen concentrator. So, what does an oxygen concentrator do? It simply increases the concentration of oxygen that you breathe in up to 80 or 90%. Earlier, oxygen made up only about 21% of the air that you breathed in. But with the help of a concentrator, you are breathing in air which is mostly oxygen. 80 to 90% of the air that you're breathing in is nothing but oxygen. So, an oxygen concentrator basically consists of a compressor and a sieve, or you might call it as a filter. So, the compressor squeezes the atmospheric air and also adjusts the pressure at which it should be delivered. The sieve or the filter is made up of a material called as zeolite that separates the nitrogen from air. Zeolites are nothing but crystalline solid structures made up of silicon and aluminium, also consisting of oxygen, that act as molecular sieves. They're commonly used as commercial adsorbents and catalysts. So, zeolite will basically adsorb nitrogen and only allows oxygen to pass through, or mostly oxygen to pass through. This 80 to 90% pure oxygen is supplied to the patient through a nasal cannula, while the nitrogen is released back to the atmosphere. So here in this particular image over here, we are able to see the nasal cannula through which the oxygen rich air can be supplied to the patient. In some cases, at least theoretically, more than 90% of oxygen should be possible to be supplied using an oxygen concentrator. But practically in most of the oxygen concentrators which are available across the world, it should be around 80 to 90%. Now, we actually have two different types of oxygen concentrators. One is your pulse oxygen concentrator, whereas the other is your continuous flow concentrator. The pulse concentrators basically use a sensor to deliver oxygen when a user is about to inhale, whereas a continuous flow oxygen concentrator delivers oxygen at a constant rate. These concentrators come in different capacities, that is 5 liters or 10-liter capacity, and costing about 40 to 90,000 rupees. The right capacity for a patient in need is best recommended by a physician. The other question that might creep in is, then why use an oxygen cylinder? The thing is, even though oxygen concentrators get the job done in supplying about 80 to 90% pure oxygen, in severe cases of respiratory illness, it may be necessary to supply 99% pure oxygen. In such cases, we need to use liquid medical oxygen from an oxygen cylinder which has been produced industrially. Of course, both your oxygen concentrator as well as your liquid medical oxygen from an oxygen cylinder have pros and cons. So let us briefly describe or discuss the differences between an oxygen concentrator as well as an oxygen cylinder. When it comes to an oxygen concentrator, it is not necessary for a person to refill the oxygen concentrator as it makes use of oxygen from the surrounding atmospheric air, whereas whereas an oxygen cylinder needs to be refilled at every moment of time as it gets emptied and used. The other important thing about an oxygen concentrator is that it always needs continuous power supply and will not function or may not be useful in regions where you do not have regular power supply. Whereas an oxygen cylinder does not depend upon any power supply and there is no need for power supply. An oxygen concentrator is able to provide about 80 to 90% pure oxygen, whereas from an oxygen cylinder, you're able to supply 99% pure oxygen. When it comes to an oxygen concentrator, oxygen is produced from your surrounding atmosphere, surrounding air, whereas this liquid medical oxygen is produced industrially. Now, one of the important things about using an oxygen concentrator is that since it simply filters out nitrogen and supplies oxygen, the filtered out nitrogen is released back into the air. So if the room is not well ventilated, then over a period of time, the concentration of nitrogen in the room may increase. Therefore, the room in which an oxygen concentrator is used must be well ventilated. Whereas this is not necessary with respect to an oxygen cylinder when making use of liquid medical oxygen. So this is it. I hope you've understood what is an oxygen concentrator and how does it vary or differ from an oxygen cylinder. Thank you. If you want me to explain any other topic, please do mention it in the comment section below.